and welcome to Political Quickie, your political show that subjectively discusses current affairs in South Africa and all around the world. My name is Mapasika Mura. It seems that there's a very bright young student from the Tshwane University of Technology, Matome Mohale, managed to hack Nsfas. Yes, and fund his fellow TUT students with 100,000 rands each, paying for their tuition fees. Matube funded a whole range of students, those who qualified for Nsfas, those who applied for Nsfas, those who didn't qualify for Nsfas to begin with. So I don't think he was trying to be malicious, but Matume was arrested, and the Tshwane University of Technology authorities, as well as the higher education authorities, are working on getting the money back. So, you know what? I think Matume just wanted to make sure that all TET students took advantage of the free education that was announced. I think that's all he's trying to do. Moving on to other news, however, according to Al Jazeera, Sheikh Abdullah bin Ali Al Thani of Qatar is accusing Saudi Arabia as well as the United Arab Emirates of wanting to steal Qatar's wealth. He's also saying that the Gulf crisis is based on the interests and the desire of the crown princes of Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia. So this is a very interesting story of crown princes as well as the sheikh, drawing their swords and fighting against each other. But it is an interesting and very serious issue because the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, as well as two other Middle Eastern countries, imposed quotas of land, sea, and air against Qatar, saying that Qatar funds terrorists. And you remember that this all happened after Donald Trump visited the Middle East. So that in itself in Khadinawa. You know what? I do believe him. Initially, he was in support of, the blockade against Qatar, saying that, no, man, I do agree. But now he's changed his tune and saying that, no, man, Abu Dhabi is holding me against my will. That is, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed, that this man is holding me against my will and I can't go home to go see my children. So I believe him that he's being held against his will. However, we can't know for sure if Qatar is aiding and abetting terrorists. And also, we don't know for sure if, Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia are trying to steal Qatar's wealth. But what I can say is that the minute that Donald Trump made noise about Qatar funding terrorists, then that's when Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates acted against Qatar. So maybe they just wanted to please Donald Trump and, appease trades between, the Middle East and the US. So very interesting story, but I hope, Sheikh Abdullah is okay and that his life is not really in trouble, as he says. But you know what? We'll just watch and see how the rest of the story develops. On to international news, however, the US government shut down during the weekend up until last night. Like a whole government shut down. So it shut down because of the drama between the Republicans and the Democrats based on immigration laws. So basically, the Republicans are axing this program that provides protection for unauthorized immigrants who came to the US as kids, right? Grew up in the US, went to US schools, have an American accent, have never been to the other country where they were born, and they decided, no, man, we want to deport you. So the Democrats were like, no, until you provide protection for these unauthorized immigrants, we are going to shut down the government. Yeah. And how did they shut down government? Well, so the US government is funded through a funding bill. So before the new funding bill could be passed, the old funding bill expired because they needed a supermajority of about 60 votes to pass the bill. So Democrats are like, no, about 8 or 9 of them were needed to pass the bill. So they're like, nah, man, we will not be there to pass this bill because you people want to deport our very own, practically Americans. And so government shut down, which is actually not as big of a deal as it sounds like. Oh my gosh, government shut down because only a few civil servants were not able to go to work because they couldn't be paid. The military served as usual. I mean, if government really, really shut down, then, Russia would have done something. Then North Korea would have definitely done something. But no, like government in the US has shut down about 18 times in modern history, so everyone can relax. However, I think the big issue here is the fact that how dare Republicans want to deport these people who've been living in the US all their lives. Like, that's literally all they know. They came to the US as kids. And so all they know is American. And they practically American. They just don't have pieces of paper to show that they are. But they've lived there all their lives. And now Republicans want to deport them to a country where they've never ever lived. So it's pretty crazy and it's quite disgusting, man. Come on. Come on. Anyways, that's it. That's a very quick political cricket today. I love you guys. Be awesome. Read a lot and use your talents to serve humanity.